wheel in the world, they're going to come up with some kind of story that, oh, they've always known since they met each other and so forth, and abruptly I get the number 3. Hi everyone, welcome back to Know My Tarot. My name is Holly. So grateful to have you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Hot Topics through a Tarot perspective. I must say, I just want to remind everybody, this is intuitive based, it's not fact based, and I also do call on the angels because this channel is about healing and it's about see what we can, how we can grow from certain situations. So I do call on the angels and I do make sure that I'm protected, the situation is protected, the people that I'm doing the reading on are protected too. Okay, so let's get into the reading. I am doing 2 readings today. One is about Chris Evans. A lot of you have been asking me, what's going on with this update? Excuse me, what's going on with this wedding? So I'm just doing an update. And the second is the writer's strike. So I wanted to just do an update about that. So I'm going to start with Chris Evans. I will have timestamps up. Just a reminder, I have 2 memberships. Check out the membership tab. They're really worth it. One is about learning tarot. The other has great pokes too. In fact, I keep growing my members, so thank you so much, everybody. Really grateful. So yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. When I was shuffling the cards, I got like this sense of moving. Packing, could be packing, the sense of, I see a sweater, I see Chris in a sweater, like a red and white sweater. I tell you guys this all the time, and I don't tell you this to make you feel dumb if you do keep up with celebrity gossip. I'm not saying that at all, because obviously I do readings on it, so I never want to come from a place of that if it ever comes across that way. But I only tell you guys this to ensure you that I'm coming from a clean slate. I usually watch reality shows. That's what I tune into when I'm not doing it. When I'm not doing these readings, when I have time off, I watch a lot of reality TV, so I don't really keep up with celebrity news. So a lot of these images that I get are literally from downloads. So if you've seen them on Instagram or so forth and so forth, please note I have not seen them. I don't follow. I hardly follow. I follow Taylor Swift for her music. And there's a few others that I follow, but it's mostly for music or makeup. So just putting that out there. So I see a red and white kind of sweater, like a Christmas sweater. So you might have like a Christmas movie coming out. I did say this and I stand by it fully 1000%, that I really feel like he wants to shift the public perception of him so that he can be in more romantic movies. And one of the romantic movies I see is about Christmas. There's also going to be like a Notebook type. I don't really know a lot of his movies that he's done other than Not Another Teen Movie and Captain Marvel. Excuse me. So he's Captain Marvel, right? Oh my gosh. Where he has the baton and the shield. But I really feel like he's done in those roles. They're physically taxing, they take a lot of time to do. So I think he wants to get more into like comedy, romance comedy, like rom-coms. And I think that this is why he has had this relationship with this woman. So the Chariot, Temptation, and King of Cups. I'm using the Good Tarot, by the way, for this reading, excuse me. I haven't used this deck in a while, so I'm excited to be using it. So with this, he wants to give off this idea that he's mature, he's grown, and I am telling you this, I dated somebody that was responsible for public personas, and I don't want to say how or when, because he deserves privacy. But I will tell you this, that a lot of what most celebrities do is for publicity. I don't think I told you guys the story. I might have told you guys the story, but I had a friend whose really good friend was in a relationship with somebody famous, and she never said who it was, or she might have told me and I forgot, but she said it was somebody that was very famous. He was in a couple, he was married to this person, but I believe they were either married or they were in a long-term relationship. This was like 5 years ago. But she said that it would really affect her friend when she would see stories of them together. So it's not uncommon for people that are famous to have fake relationships, including marriage. I'm just letting you know. Look at what's happening with Will and Jada. You know, we have found out that their marriage, I don't think necessarily was fake, but was very publicity driven. And it happens a lot. So with the call, I really feel like a part of him feels like it isn't romantically meant to be, but it's financially and persona-wise meant to be, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So with the bottom deck being 9 of water in this deck represents cup. I see this relationship, him publicly wanting to be very emotional. He wants to come across emotional, because I think the feedback he's gotten is that he's robotic, you know. And I said that before when somebody wrote in the comment section. I don't really put, like, any negativity, I don't really pay attention to it, but I do want to say about this robotic thing, because I'm just remembering now. I was like, I don't remember saying it's robotic, but now I remember saying, no, I said somebody else robotic, excuse me. I said Michael B. Jordan is robotic. But he is robotic too. And when I say robotic, I mean going with the motions, you know. You look at Chris Evans, and I'm pretty sure some of the Chris Evans fans are going to come for me. I don't care. So what I said, and I mean it, and I stand behind it. He has lost a lot of his authentic sense of self, you know. That's what I mean about robotic. You can tell that he has become just very monotonous, you know. And I think he wants to break out of that. He's doing something about it, but he doesn't seem happy, deeply happy. He's trying to create a persona of that, and I'm sure it's not easy being in Hollywood, you know. It's a lot to have a public persona, to make sure you don't upset people, make sure you do the right thing, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. And a part of him, I think, has shut down, and that's what's coming across as robotic. So with 6 of air, 4 of fire, and High Priestess, yeah, so this is the marriage that I see. I think he concocted this plan. I don't see it being a real, I suppose, this is what I mean about real marriage. I think a lot of people that are in the public light have these relationships, like Beyonce and Jay-Z, that's an example, just to propel their career forward. And I think that's why a lot of them don't stay married for a long time, because a lot of them are being pushed into it by publicists, by certain people, by their agents, so that they're like, oh, you started dating this person, just like with Justin Bieber, in my opinion. Oh, you started dating this person, well, they'd make a great wife. Imagine you're on posters, imagine you're on this, imagine you're on that, you know. So it's a lot. And I think that's why a lot of celebrities date other celebrities, because most of the general public would not be okay with this. I know that I wouldn't be. And they're looking at it by the long term of what they can gain. So with Fortune's Wheel and the World, they're going to come up with some kind of story that, oh, they've always known since they met each other and so forth. And abruptly, I get the number 3. So I think in 3 years, this relationship will be publicly over. So that's what I have for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer them. Yeah, and I'm very grateful that you are watching. So I'm going to move on now to the writer's strike. It's been going on for longer than I thought, actually. So I want to see what the holdup is, why it's going on for so long. I have said this before. I have family and entertainment. I've dated a lot. Most of my exes are entertainment, which is very funny. And I have clientele entertainment. So a lot of people I know are in entertainment. So I don't want to come from an insensitive place. And yeah, just want to put that out there. Okay, so let's see. And I think also, I see a lot of people insulting actors. And because I've grown up with actors and I've dated actors and so forth, I just feel like a lot of people think that Hollywood are actors. And that's not the case. There are many actors. Look at Denzel Washington, for example. He's not involved in Hollywood, but he is an outstanding actor, He doesn't get involved in politics. He just sticks to himself and just does what he needs to do. And for me, I have so much respect for someone like that. So I just want people to open up their minds. It's not just actors are not only Hollywood. There are many other different types of actors, and trust me, I haven't had the best experience, especially with actresses. A lot of actress friends I've had have been very narcissistic and self-involved, but I'm not going to let them jade all actresses or all actors because I've had that experience, So just putting that out there. Okay, so let's see, writer's strike. Okay, so I just got October next month. I think it will be done. Get October 19th, which is the beginning of Scorpio season, almost the beginning of Scorpio season. It would make sense that it's in Libra, end of Libra, early Scorpio season, because Libra is about law. And I will be covering the Danny Masterson thing soon, situation case, if you are interested, next week, so stay tuned. I will be doing a video about that because I feel like it's very important to do it, especially with the whole BG Phillips. That's very fascinating. I was actually watching somebody cover it on YouTube earlier. But I will say this, that I really feel like I'm surprised actually that the sentencing came during Virgo, but it could be because Virgo is about work, devotion. I was expecting it to come Libra season, which is about law, logistics, balance, and that's why I'm not surprised that this is coming at the end. So up until that point, there's going to be a lot of talks. If somebody, I've been asked to do this by a few people, so those of you who asked me to do this update, if you could tell me, is Fran Drescher, she's being replaced, right? I saw that on Jeff Lewis. I love Jeff Lewis. I used to listen to Jeff Lewis every day when I first moved to Miami. And he honestly, and during COVID too, he kept me sane in a weird way. I love his candidacy and his bluntness. So I was watching Jeff Lewis and he said that something about Jolie Fisher, replacing her. But I do see some kind of talks. I see a brunette, and either of them are brunette in talks. But I think it seems like it's Fran. I think she might stay on as the head. Yeah, that's what I see. So I see talks leading up to it, and the Two of Swords, the Chariot, Six of... Okay, wow. So, like I have said before, they will come to an agreement for now. Just for now. And then be like, yeah, we need this done, we need that done. But I don't talk about this often. I am in tech. That's what I do when I'm... it's one of the things I do besides YouTube. I am in tech, and I can guarantee you that AI is going to take over a lot of these jobs. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? And it's already too late. It's already too late. But these executives still need to hold on to some sort of power. So they're going to give false promises. But Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, they are coming from a place. You see how this person is in the middle. She has angel wings. They're going to come across as like, we need you. They're going to basically deliver something, you know, like deliver a deal, you know, that is almost like too good to be true that they have to take for now. But this deal, I get, will be 2 years. 2 years that this deal will go through. Things are going to run fairly smoothly. But in 2 years again, there won't be a strike. But what they were promised will no longer be. So I don't know the full details of what they're asking for. I believe, because I don't have the contract, but my intuition is telling me that with the strike they're asking for, obviously not to their names, their faces to be used, their multiplication, you know, with chat GPT, so forth and so forth. There's technology, there's crazy technology, because I'm in tech and I can tell you I love technology. That's why I'm in technology. But there's a lot of technology to multiply people, to use people's images and create fake accounts, so forth and so forth and so forth. And I am in the belief, it hasn't been told to me, but I'm in the strong belief that a lot of these very famous celebrities have already been using this technology. They've been using it for their own benefit. And because they've been doing that, a lot of them are not speaking out about it. That's what my intuition tells me. So for example, I'm going to use a music example because I'm very familiar with music. And I don't know if some of you know this, but a lot of people that do features on songs, a lot of artists, they don't actually record in studio. They use technology to make it seem like they're recording in studio, but they are not recording with each other. And stuff like that, you know, where the person can kind of be two places at once. They're using that technology. So, if that makes any sense, that's going a little deep. So, because this technology has already been used by certain people, it's going to be hard to roll it back, and it's going to be hard to fight for regular people like extras and stuff. Extras are going to be replaced by AI, I can guarantee you that. So they won't have to pay for the AI, they will just pay to have people behind them, and so forth and so forth. So that's strongly what I see happening in the next 2 years. We're going to see things rolling out phase by phase, and after 2 years, a lot of extras and so forth will not be used anymore. I did say in my last reading about this, and I strongly believe this, is that this is the time for independent content creators to take a stand, because the human spirit, we crave authenticity. We crave humans, you know. As much as I love technology, I'm huge on technology, robots are not the same as people, you know. And because of that, humans crave humans. We crave human interaction. And this is a time for independent content creators to thrive, because that's what it's going to become. Hollywood as it is no more. And I was watching this documentary, I can't remember where, I think it might have been Valuetainment or something like that. But they were talking about how Hollywood used to be in New Jersey, and then New Jersey moved to, and then Hollywood moved to California, Los Angeles, in the 1940s, I believe. 1930s, 1940s. So to get out of these contracts, and that's a similar thing of what's going to happen. But however, because of technology, it won't be in a certain place. It's not going to be an industry per se anymore. It's going to diversify, and I think this is actually a good thing. In a weird, messed up way, it's a good thing, because with the age of Aquarius, a lot is going to change, and that's one of them. So with transformation, the Magician and King of Cups, I think this might be Bob Iger in talks. Man, if you don't know Bob Iger, he is the Disney CEO. And I just saw today, because I watch it, because I have my other thing. I don't like to say I'm in tech like that, but I do certain, I am in tech. And I have to keep up with these things because it affects some of what I do. And because it affects some of what I do, I watch finance shows, you know. And I saw that when I was watching this finance show, Disney's stock has dropped a lot. I have to look more into it. But I strongly believe that, and people have this criticism about Bob Iger, he's a very polarizing person. He might be a Gemini. Very polarizing people. But I see him coming across as like, he knows how to talk to people, and he's going to be humbled to speak, if this is the person I'm talking about. If this Bob Iger, but I see a male figure coming up publicly. I see him doing interviews and saying it's time for us to end this strike. And like a week before it ends, he's going to say it's time for us to end, it's time for us to end, and come across as like a humanitarian type. I mean, like, yeah, people are suffering, people are dying, people are losing their homes. It's time for us to end this, you know, in a very Hollywood fake way. And 4 of Wands, and they're going to sign the deal. 4 of Wands is about unifying a bond, and then they're going to sign. So I see it, like I said before, for the short interim, they're going to give the writers, the actors, what they want, and over time, the executives of these huge companies are going to implement tech, AI, and basically take over, and it's going to be way more robotic. And this is really time, if you're an independent creator, start making your own. Start making your own, and do it now. Don't wait for them, you know. And that's the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is all about self, you know, self-innovation, and it sounds selfish to think like that, but if you can create independency, financial independency for yourself, especially as an artist, you know, when I was a kid, my dad would always tell me, because I used to love to sing and stuff like that, he would always tell me, like, always have different streams of income. And I strongly believe that too. He's like, don't just be a singer, be a model, be a singer, be a this, be a that, you know, invest money. And that's what I wish a lot of artists would understand. Be many things and have that sense of financial independency, and that allows you to do whatever you want. Like, if you want to go back to acting, you want to do this, if you want to do that, like, your life does not have to revolve around acting and running to auditions and this and that. So it might seem right now like it's not a good thing, but the system of Hollywood, that casting system, all of that is dead. It's been dying, and it's time for us to let go of it. So that's what I have for you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.